dum dum boo. Everybody who come as a yim dum dum boo. Dig them bag a dig them at the rocket dum dum boo. Smoke so heavy dresses, come on everybody man go. Come on you get up a team dum dum boo. Wow wiggy wiggy wow way wow wiggy wiggy wow.
Hey beautiful souls, here is another piece of my soul's journey. This is Leanne from Soulskin Therapies. I've been working with Leanne since the 25th of April last year, and I brought the camera in June on our third session. Leanne works with many techniques of energy and continues to grow, and she's greatly taught me how to work with my body, my energy, and my human experiences. She has most definitely broken down my was to where I am my most vulnerable. In this session, which has been a consistent thing for me right through all our sessions, is my hip, my leg, my back, and my shoulder pain. I will talk more about that in a minute, but one thing I do know, the more I talk, the more energy flows, and that has proven itself multiple times. Here's me dancing in the rain. I've danced since I can remember. I love dancing. It gets energy moving. I send healing through dancing and more. It took me 10 sessions with Leanne to get to this point. Purge. Release. She put me in the fetus position and allowed me to go back into self and release that. She held me, and for the first time, I truly felt that she meant that. And that was everything. And I will continue to always say about balancing the masculine and feminine energy, the father-mother wounds, the generations behind our parents, and what needs to be faced, released, and empowered. I've had the absolute opportunity and honor to connect to some beautiful goddesses over the last couple of weeks. Freya, Hecate, Persephone, Aphrodite, Artemis, and today, Gabrielle. All connecting to that feminine self, that moon energy, and all have empowered that dark warrior side of myself, which some around me have not liked, but I have to embrace and integrate being okay with that. Hello beautiful souls, I'm going to dissect the last video that I posted with Leanne at Soulskin Therapies so we can have a more deeper in-depth and understanding about why I share what I share. So I record because it's not just writing in the journal. I like to pay attention to past energies that I carry so I can recognize things that I'm not seeing at that present moment, but can go back and actually look at not just, you know, what the words that I'm saying is the energy that I was carrying at that point in time, which allow me to personally grow. So it's like a video journal blog, and I'm willing to share that with you. Now with Leanne, she has allowed me to learn the body language and where energy flows and where it stays and how it impacts my body. Now I've noticed that the impact has happened mainly on the masculine side, which is the right side. The feminine is the left. And those body parts I have looked at individually. And when I got the book out to go over and review those body parts, out of this book, it is the best. Now, I grabbed the book and the book opened on its own, and that shit doesn't happen just out of nowhere for no reason. And the page that it actually opened at was actually understanding emotions. And understanding the emotion of things that we go through actually allows us to understand more with depth about what that emotion is impacting within ourselves. And it actually can list where it will affect the body, so then we can start having that communication with the body. Now, the page that I opened it up to was very significant to me on the left-hand side, which was funny because it does affect my feminine side, is stress. And then the right side was the stuckness. Stuckness. I'm going to read what it says in the book because it may relate to someone that is listening. Many problems in the body and in your life occur when you are feeling stuck, inflexible, and attached to one point of view. It often takes place when the same thoughts or scenarios play themselves over and over in your mind. When you feel stuck, everything in your life and body becomes stiff. Your creativity gets blocked. You start to experience hardship and struggle and take on the attitude that life is hard, which in turn creates hardness in the body, mind, and emotions. Long-term stuckness and stiffness can lead to vigorous veins, sciatica, RSI, and loads more other things, okay? Mouth ulcers, kidney problems, which came up in my kinesiology. So, hello, beautiful souls. This is part 2 of dissecting the video with Leanne, and it is intertwining with the video that I did with Austin, connecting to that stuckness and showing kidney. So I have had that repetitive signs within myself that I have been feeling that emotion of stuckness and to work through it. And that has really played, you know, intertwined with the goddess energy and the gods that have now come in. Yes, they all playing their parts as like the counterparts of each of the goddesses. The gods and lords are coming in to bring in that masculine energy also, which is quite interesting. So I did talk about the emotion of stuckness. So if you like, go to part 1 for that one. 2, I'm going to go over the emotion of stress, okay? So stress is the biggest, and I am reading it from the book, okay? The Secret Language of Your Body. So stress is one of the biggest problems facing Western society. Many people are experiencing increased pressure to survive, pay bills, and achieve in a competitive environment. Often people complain that there is not enough hours in the day to get everything done and put extra strain on themselves to complete tasks. This means that they neglect themselves and those close to them, which causes their health and well-being to decline. When people are stressed, they often focus on future events such as not getting somewhere on time, not doing something they are meant to do, or not having something they want, failing to live in the present. Stress creates tension in people's minds, bodies, and feelings and blocks them from moving forward in life. When people are stressed, they tire more quickly, their concentration levels decrease, and they feel uninspired. This taking longer to complete tasks. Stress is a contributing factor to many physical problems, including strokes, seizure, heart attack, immune system disorders, jaw problems, memory loss, teeth grinding, nail biting, anorexia, boredness, and way more, among others. So it's really diving into that emotion to understand where that emotion is stored in the body. And for one, I am one to sit there and really chew the nails, and I do get signs in my mouth as well. So it all corresponds with each other. So let's go to part 3 to dive into the next stage of the video, dissecting the video. Peace. Part 3 of dissecting the soul journey videos that I've already done, you guys. So I've already covered the emotion of stuckness and in stress from this beautiful book. Yeah, we're working through this book. You can dive deeper into any other book, whatever calls to you. This is what I've been working on to understand my own emotions, my own body language, my own energy flow, my own mindset, my own doings. Okay, you can do it however you like. This is just a little help in knowing that there is ways to understand self, and we don't need to reach out to other people to project or vent or ask questions when we can really find them from within. Now, I've noticed that with the stuckness and stress, it's all related to the energy of red and orange flame, okay, which is the root chakra and the sacral. So this is where the emotion is being stored at, in the chakra centers. Now, also with stress, there is a solution, and it is about relaxation. Relaxation can come in many ways, like meditation, breath work, getting out in nature, having time out, going back into your heart, into that solar plexus heart, and bringing it all back into one. Now with stuckness, it is about really dissecting what is going on and becoming more flexible and with more movement. Now, which corresponds to me dancing. I've been dancing since I cannot remember, since I was little. And recently I have not been doing that body movement until recent. I had beautiful goddess Persephone come in, and it was all about dance. Same with Artemis. Both goddesses are both encouraging me to get out and do that body movement, and you do the body movement that you correspond to. Dancing is with me. It could be as simple as walking, it could be going to the gym, it could be getting outside and just really walking around and really getting that body movement any way that you have proven to yourself since you were little. There's something natural that you did when you were younger that you can correspond to now. Now with the dancing, the goddesses have got me doing that because they know it works for me. They know I do a lot more when I dance and get that energy flowing. Just like water. Water is made up a lot of percentage of our body, and we need it just as much as part 4. You guys, if you haven't watched the other ones, please go back and watch the other ones. It is all corresponding and intertwining with each other, that's for sure. The next one was, the next part of the video with Leanne is when I actually allowed that vulnerability with Leanne. There was a point in that session that she talked about self-love and being able to be held by someone. She kept repeating the words, let me hold you, let me hold you. And I was allowing myself to relax and allowing someone else to hold while I allowed the energy flow. Now with Leanne, it's taken 10 sessions to get to that point of you know, releasing energies. I personally have a Capricorn moon, which can be quite stubborn when it comes to my emotions. I've noticed in past experiences that I have allowed myself to bottle things up until I cannot hold on to it anymore, and the projection has never done any good whatsoever for me or for those that I have expressed that bottled emotions up. It comes in toxic ways, and it really can affect everyone. It's allowing me to address emotions when they come up instead of holding onto it until I cannot hold onto it. It's like holding a beach ball underwater. It will come up, period. And if you don't listen to the body, it will be aligned from the universe for it to be expressed. And when we express our emotions, it's all about the balance between the mind and the heart. I encourage everyone to notice within themselves when we are imbalanced in the mind or in the heart, projecting from them places when they are triggered, when they are affected, does not do us good. It is reaction, and reaction is not healthy. I have really paid attention to that. Reaction is really can be quite heavy, and it is about responding instead of reacting. And that has been a massive lesson for me and over the last few years, to stay cool, calm and collect, but it's meaningful. It is something that holds a firm foundation. Hello, beautiful souls. Part 5 and the last part. For now, I will post more about these dissecting videos over the next 24 hours. I just wanted to go back into that vulnerable state with me personally about being stubborn with my own expression of emotions. You know, when I was younger, there was a lot of angry people that all they did was express their emotions, and that's what I did until it got me into trouble consistently. It made me close off. It made me, you know, close off to even expressing emotions until, you know, my coping mechanisms weren't working, and I would absolutely respond in reaction and be projected, vomit emotionally and mentally because I couldn't hold it, just like that beach ball, it popped up. So figuring out ways within myself to allow myself to address them emotions in a safe space, and that is therapy. It's not my friends, it's not my family, it's not anything like that. I do not do that anymore until I have some kind of understanding where I can share the understanding instead of just sharing the emotion and venting, really. So I have that safe space with Leanne as well as Austin to really dissect myself and have understanding of self, my energy, and how I participate in the world around me, how I really play a part in my own accountability of placement on this earth and humanity. And I'm able to really switch up and be my own driver of my own life, and not allowing my emotions or my mentality to be the driver, because that has not paid out well for me in the past. It doesn't. It is not responsive at all. It is reactive, and it's not healthy for any of us, because it really can close us off more than actually being expressive. And to me, that is an imbalance of the throat chakra, which causes imbalance of other chakras, the root chakra, the sacral, the solar, the bottom 4 chakras, especially the heart. It really does. Heart chakra energy has been very collective energy, lightening the heart, and it is important. So until next time, you guys, love, self.
Everybody who come as a yim dum dum boo, dig them bag a dig them at the rocket dum dum boo. Smoke a heavy dress, come on everybody man go. Come on, you get up a team.